Hey yo pineapples, Ned back again. This time I'm bringing to you a quick little combo tutorial for my Pendulum Magician deck. I've had a few people request sort of the basic combos of the deck and the end board that I personally build with this particular list. I personally think it's a really good board, and so time to get your opinion on it, guys. So for the basic combo, what you need is either Supreme King Darkworm in your hand, plus Pendulum Call, or a way to get to either two, and then one other scale. I've chosen Oath Dragon because it's a better one. So that'll be start of the main combo, and then I'll be showing you the perfect quote-unquote board for myself for this particular deck. So the main combo is pretty stock standard to make the Appaloosa. So you start by activating the Pendulum Call, sending the Darkworm, getting two of your different Pendulum monsters. I go with Harmonizing, and my personal is Dragon Pit Magician. Basically, the main one you want in your hand is the Harmonizing Magician in this particular case, just because it's a turtle monster which acts as your Halka Fibrax, and I'll explain why in a sec. And then any other of the opposite scale. So if you happen to have a high scale in hand, you would search the Oath Dragon, or a low scale. If you have the Oath Dragon, you would search a high scale. You would then activate Darkworm's ability in the grave to special summon itself, and then his effect triggers getting the Supreme King Gate 0 to hand. Then Harmonizing Magician is then normal summoned, and then these two are linked off for your Needle, or your Halka Fibrax is what I probably should say. Halka Fibrax's ability will trigger, and this is, it doesn't matter if this gets Ashed, Veiled, or impermed. If this gets negated, it's totally fine. You've got scales, and you've got two zones to summon two from your extra deck, so it's not a bad thing. Unfortunately, if it does get hit with a Ghost Ogre, as it done in the past, it is a little bit disappointing. You still get the summon, but you don't get the two zones to summon two with the Halka Fibrax. So with that, oh, I was right on top. So with that, Halka Fibrax summons Tuning Magician from the deck. Then these two, firstly, do this in the correct order. Because there's only one spell card in grave, you need to activate your scales, so Oath Dragon and whatever other scale you've chosen. And then Tuning Magician plus Halka Fibrax makes Selene, Queen of the Master Magicians. Selene will gain counters equal to the number of spell and trap cards, spell cards in the grave in both players' field, so it gets 3. Then you remove 3 to summon back the Tuning Magician. Unfortunately, you will lose life points this time due to Tuning Magician's ability. That's, again, not totally a problem. And then you link off into the Appaloosa, and Appaloosa has with 2 cards, so 1600 attack for 2 negates. That's the pretty basic combo for the 1 card Appaloosa. Now, for my perfect board, it's the same hand, but it requires one other level 4 monster in your hand as well. So it goes through the same things as before. So this setup entirely is the same. Again, you need the extra level 4 in hand. So Oath Dragon scale effect will activate, adding back the Harmonizing to hand. And then you will Pendulum summon 4, the Darkworm from the extra deck, plus the Harmonizing, the Gate 0, and the Wisdom Eye, or the level 4 monster in your hand. Wisdom Eye's ability will trigger, summoning your Time Gazer Magician from the deck. And I'll explain why Time Gazer. So, at this point, for my perfect board, quote unquote, I overlay my 2 level 4 monsters for Abyss Dweller. I then sync the level 4 Harmonizing with the Time Gazer Magician of level 3 to summon Cyburst Quantum Dragon. And then Tuning Magician's ability in grave will activate, because you have 2 Magician scales, you can summon it back, but it is banished if it leaves the field. Again, not a total problem. You will lose another 400 points. You can negate it with Appaloosa if you really wanted to, just so you don't lose the 400 life points again, but I don't find it really necessary. So then you'll tune the Tuning Magician plus the Gate 0 into Borreload Savage Dragon, and then Borreload Savage Dragon will equip the Selene to it. So this is this is my favorite board for the deck. Most people, from what I've been seeing, would probably make this like a FA Dawn Dragster or something like that. But I find Quantum Dragon is a lot better, because in some cases someone will just normal summon something and then beat over Appaloosa and then go off from there, in which case it leaves me with 2 negates plus a Dweller, which sometimes is enough, but sometimes isn't. But I like the Quantum Dragon that way. They can't beat over the Appaloosa. I've still got it there. And Quantum Dragon, if you control a Link monster, it's the only monster your opponent can attack, and it's the only monster your opponent can target with card effects as well. So that's why Quantum Dragon is really, really good. And anytime it battles with a monster, you can use its effect to bounce that monster back to the hand. So it's a really, really good card. And then the perfect board would be getting away to the Time Pendulum Graph as well, in which case you could get another form of disruption. So you've got 2 from the Appaloosa, you've got 1 from the Borreload Savage Dragon, you've got the Quantum Dragon, which will intercept everything, the Dweller, which can send the Dark Worm to grave, that way you've got another summon for next turn, and then the Time Pendulum Graph to target one of your Magician Scales, to target one of their cards to destroy. Because you're under Pendulum Call, your Scales won't be destroyed, but their card will, and then because 2 cards weren't destroyed, you can use the other effective Time Pendulum Graph to send another card on the field to the graveyard. And that is pretty much the end of this quick little combo video that I wanted to show you. This is my ideal board that I like to make with this deck. It's pretty consistent for most of it, except getting this is, because it's a one-off, it's a bit more difficult to get into the hand to make this board. But the rest of it's pretty self-explanatory. You've got all your negates, and I've got my Dweller. So I hope you guys liked that. If you did enjoy this, by all means, leave a comment down below if you liked it, if there's some things you might want to tweak to it. So any tips, tricks, or queries about the combo video, by all means, leave them in the comments below. I will endeavor to read all those lovely things. Thank you ever so much for watching, guys. Like the video and subscribe to the channel. And until next time, guys, take care of yourselves. Peace.